this lesson. Today, we're going to continue where we left off. Now, the first couple of lessons, we learned the fingerings, the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we learned our notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, also as C, D, E, F, G. Remember, we did the diatonic scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, in the key of C. We actually visited in the key of F, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and in G, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Remember, the F had this fourth one, black note, and G had this seventh one, that's black note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, we visited the diatonic scale. We also learned how to do chords. We also learned to do C chord using 1, 3, 5 on our fingers and our notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we did 1, 3, 5. And we also did G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 5, G. Now, in the key of C, the diatonic scale, C is 1 in C major, 1 is C. And we've talked about this. And it's important to know because we'll use the numbers to transpose as well, and you'll learn to read those on chords. We today are going to be visiting the minor chords. So the major chords were C, F, and G. They're the three major chords, which are chords 1, 4, which is F, and 5. 1, 4, and 5 are the three major chords in the key of C. 1, 4, 5, which is C, F, G. So whenever you play a song in the key of C, you're going to find yourself using quite a bit of the root chord, which is C, and the other two major chords, F and G. These are the three most common chords that you'll use when playing in the key of C. In the key of F, it would actually be different. We didn't visit that, but let's look at that for a second. In the key of F, it would be F, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be do, re, mi, fa. It's going to be B flat. Oh, that's new for you. 1, 3, 5. See that? It starts on the fourth one. We'll count out the chord. Hear the sound of that chord? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you were at B flat, it's 1, 3, 5. And C, we already know C. So F, B flat, C. Or F, B flat, you can do C here, you can do the B flat here. And remember, we learned variations, so if you're in C, you should be practicing these. In F, it's. In G, practice those. So, and if we're in F, it's. So here they are, F, B flat, and C in the key of F. That is 1, 4, and 5. Okay, in the key of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5 is G, A, B, C, D. G, C, D. So we're going to make chords out of those three. G, C, D. But we have to have this F sharp in G. Remember, remember, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Remember, it has this black note in it. It's F sharp. F has the B flat. G has the F sharp. Hear how that sounds like? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If you hold a good tone or you can sing good, you'll catch that pitch. So you'll know it's wrong if you're going do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's not right. So in G, it's G, C, that's 1, 4, and 5 is D. Okay, so I want you to practice those. So I want you to practice those. We're gonna practice those, but I also today we're gonna work with the minor chords in the key of C. Okay, we're gonna start with the key of C and learn the minor chords that are used when you're playing in the key of C. There are 3 minor chords that are most common. How are we gonna find those? Well, remember we're in a diatonic scale of C. Oops. C, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. This will be harder for you, but you might hear it more. But if we drop down 3, well, let's say this. Let's go to 6. Here we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6. 6 is A in the key of C. C, D, E, F, G, A. Remember I said A, B, C can start out, but it doesn't sound right? It's because if we start with A, which is right, 2 notes, white notes down from C, it is number 6 in the C diatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so anyway, it's 6, A. If we start at A and go up the white notes, because we're in C and it's all white notes, and we do all the white notes, we're going to get what is called the A minor scale. Anytime it's called a relative minor because it's related to C because it's in the same notes. It uses the same notes. So we'll just be in the white notes because we're in C. So the relative minor is the 6th of C, which is A minor, and this is how it sounds. Does it sound odd? La, ti. Remember, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Well, I'm going to start with la. Listen what happens. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. It's the same as the C, but we start in la. La, ti, do, re, mi. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. You kind of got to learn to hear that sound of the natural minor scale. A lot of people can't do the minor scales, but here it is. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. We're doing it in A minor. So now we're in A minor, and it is a relative minor to C, so it uses the same notes. So the 3 main minor chords in A minor are going to be A minor, D minor, and E minor. Why is that? Look, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember 1, 4, and 5? 1, 4. Here's 4. So let's start on 4 and do the chord. 1, 3, 5. Except it's minor. Hear that? Hear how that doesn't sound like the nice major chords? It's a minor chord. So A minor, 1, 4, and 5. We're going to do the minors, all white notes. And then we do the E minor, which is the 5. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it doesn't sound really great. It probably sounds really sad when you play because the minor chords sound sad. See, it's the sad songs. We're going to just stick with the minor scale, natural minor scale right now. Uses the same as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. So practice the major scale, but also know the minor scale. If you're wondering how I'm marking those scales, usually it's 3. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, and then drop my thumb underneath. And this one. Sometimes I use 4. I don't know. Teachers may teach differently, but that's the fastest way I do it. It's good to use all your fingers. It's good practice to use all your fingers. So we have in the A minor scale, which is C major, It's the relative minor of C major because it uses the same notes. It's A minor. It's the 6. So we've learned to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's the number 6. And when we get to 6, we can start on the minor scale. And we've got 6 is the natural minor. In this, it's A natural minor. And the 3 chords are, if we start this as 1, 4, and 5, just like in the major. 1, 4, 5. It's 1, 4, 5. Okay. Now I know that's a little bit to learn. You need to memorize it some, but I'm going to show you what the F looks like. Because remember, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we only use the one black note. Let's do it down here. See how I use 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then flip under. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But with F, we're going to go up and find the 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's D. Let's drop down to this D so you can see it on the screen. But any D would work. But we go to D, and it is the natural relative minor. So here, see this? Here's F. If you drop down 2 white notes, you're going to get to D. It's number 6. And we have to use the same black note. So it's B flat. Here we go. If you got any questions or comments, you can put them in below on the lesson, and I'll watch for them and try to answer anything I can in the videos. But here it is, D minor. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, do, ti, re, la. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti. La, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Watch my fingers, so if you want to walk it up and down, you'll see how it does it. Take it under after the third. Crossing over this third one's a little awkward, maybe. Just get used to the fingers. So, D minor. Oops, let me do this right. D minor. Here we go to the 4. It is G minor. Look at what happens. 1, 2, 3. It's not that one. Remember, it's this one. So it's D minor. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 4th chord, which is G minor, and the 5th chord, which is A minor. So it's okay, 1, 4, and 5. 1, 4, 5. You're going to feel a little awkward with this one because you haven't worked with the black notes much. It's different than just working with the white ones. Now let's look at G. Remember, it's got the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we go up to the number 6. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's E. E. And 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we're going to find, so we do G. I got lost there, sorry. You have to forgive me. So we're in G, we're going to find the number 6. 6, so it's E. So E is our E minor scale, is the relative minor of G, which if you go G, it's 2 down. So there's your number 6, E minor. So it's G, and then you go up to get its relative minor is 6. Got it? And so you hit the E minor. So the relative minor is E, natural minor scale of E. And there's how you make it. Start at E. Did I do my fingers fingering like this. Watch. 3, and 4 here, the thumb. Fun. E minor. E minor, and then the fourth one up is the A minor. So we're going to go 1, 4, and the fifth one. Oops, I got to hit that F sharp. See that? Because we used that black note. Remember? A, which is 4 minor. So, in the key of C, its relative minor is the 6, which is A minor, and it does A, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you just cut them up. A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor, 5, E minor. And then we're in the key of F. We have to go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's D minor. So we're going to go D minor. And we count up 4. So it's D minor, G minor. And then it's A minor. One more up G. It's 1, 4, and 5. And then the last one is G. We'll go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's E minor. So that's the relative minor is E minor, A minor, and the 5 is B minor. Back to E minor. Now, it may feel a little difficult because this is kind of tricky because you're trying to cram in a lot and pretty fast, but look what we've done. We've done the major diatonic scales in C, F, and G. We've done the minor scale. So you've learned 3 natural minor scales, A minor, D minor, and E minor. So the reason I'm teaching those together is because when you're in the key of C playing, let's look at C, key of C, because they're all got, I mentioned before, it's like their vibrations are connected a lot more, so they feel better together, they sound better together. So when you're working with the major scale of C and its minor, relative minor of A minor, you're going to find that you use a lot of the chords. So what do we got? Think about this. What have you learned? What chords? Watch what happens here. C chord, C major chord, 1, 3, 5. Hit it. D minor chord. You see we're using all the white notes. Watch. D minor. Now we're going to E minor. E minor chord. You've learned all these so far. F major chord. It's 1, 4. F major. You've learned G major. You've learned A minor. Look what you've done. And you've learned B minor. Now, doesn't that sound odd compared? Listen. Just listen. You don't have to play this. Listen. Doesn't that sound too much? That's because generally when we get to this in the C scale, when you get to the number 7, because we went up 5, you learned the chords, went to 6, you learned the relative minors. When we hit the 7, it's the strangest one. And 7, we call, when we do it like the chords, we call it a diminished 7. And all that means is that instead of the minor, which we have, we take the 5, and we'll teach more about this later, but we take the 5 and we just lower it 1. So it makes it kind of a double minor. So we have 1, then we have the minor. See, 1, 2, it's a 3 minor. And then we lower this and it's a 5 minor. But just look at this. Remember, the easy way, remember when we're in the C scale, we're just using the white note. So watch what happens. See, they all sound better together. And you have learned all those chords. And now what you can do with those is play in the key of C and play in the key of F, and you just got to add a few. You'll add the B flat in there, but not much else. And in the G, you'll add the F sharp. So what happens in F? You've learned F. Well, this is the G minor. You've learned the G minor. You've learned the A minor. Now you've learned the... Whoops. There it is. I was like, what is that? Okay, here, let's try it again. Remember, we got to play this with 1, 2, B flat, 3, then we do the 4 is B flat, then we do the 5, which goes to C, and you've learned the D minor, and you've learned the E minor, and remember I said lower that top one on the 7, so it would be a diminished chord. So there's only one alteration. It's in the 7th, and we lower that one. And the same way with the G, you're going to find out you've learned these chords. G, A minor, B minor, C, D major, because it's got the sharp, E minor, and that's the diminished. It's going to have this sound fit. So I'm just saying, you have learned a lot of chords. You've learned C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and now B diminished. And you learn B minor, and then C. Now remember the variations. Remember all these can be played in different variations. So C, it's the same 3 notes, C, E, and G, 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3. D minor. See? It's the same. You just move the D to the top. And then you're walking it up again. So you need to practice the variations. Practice is important because it'll help you remember and it'll help you put these together easier. So I'm holding my pedal down, by the way. If you don't have a pedal, it's a sustain pedal, so it holds notes out, and it's what makes a piano sound different when you play it. And that's another lesson. But hear how this goes. It rings out the notes, but listen how they sound good. Try that again. G. Why don't I do G correctly? There it is. So, work on variations. G, 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 A minor, A minor, A minor, A minor. Just learn to do them. Just pick one. D minor, F, G. Learn to do the variation. Practice the variations and separate your fingers a little bit. Watch what happens. I can hit it like this, or I can hit it like this. You hear this sometimes when people play. It sounds like they're doing a lot of fancy stuff, and look what they're doing. Hear that? So it's not that difficult, but it will take practice. So I want you to take, between now and the next lesson, I want you to practice doing the variations of C. I know it's a lot of work, and you may have to go a lot slower. I know I'm going fast. D. It's the same 3 notes. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5 in the E minor. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. In the F. 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 3, 1. G. 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3. And if you want to do the 7, remember to, in G, you have to lower that F down a little bit in G. Listen how that sounds. That's all I'm doing is hit those 3 notes. I know you can't do all that yet, probably, but look what I'm doing. I'm hitting 1, 3. I'm using my left hand and doing the same thing with the left hand. And there we have it. Okay, and we'll call that a day. We're looking forward to seeing you the next time, and we're going to visit, I think the next time we're going to visit some music, sheet music, and start looking at how those chords look on the music. So it'll be a little different setup, but we're going to study the chord chart and learn how those letters and numbers can help you in a worship set. So you can do worship chord hacking in your own church. Doesn't that sound fun? Worship chord hacking.